Welcome to your daily focus for December the 24th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. You guys absolutely rock. Quick reminder to hit the like button, leave a comment, please. I read all the comments. I don't always get back to them all, and it is a busy time of year on top of that, but I do make sure that I read from each and every one, and I hold a special place in my heart for you all. You know that. Hit the thumbs up, hopefully, if you like the video. Obviously, if you don't, well, then thumbs down, but, you know, that hurts. And subscribe, share, hit the bell. Not ring the bell, hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, I guess you get notifications when I put up a video, so you won't miss one, and you'll know when to tune in and when not to waste your time looking for me. So, onwards to the reading 24 we have for our energy of the day. 24, it has a lot to do with completion, endings, being able to take things off your plate, getting things done. It's a beautiful energy for love, especially the six, becoming the sixth energy. It's a beautiful energy for love. So the more patient and understanding and supportive we can be towards our loved ones will be rewarded greatly down the road under 24 energy. So not that we shouldn't always be that way, but especially on a 24 energy, you're gifted back for the love that you pour out to another. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 14. The 14 is about the proper balance in our life and understanding, another thing for 14 is having more by having less. Understanding what we truly need and what is just extra baggage. 1 + 4 is a 5, so we are working towards our joy, our happiness, perhaps romantic endeavors, our creativity, to allow our creativity out, to let it blossom, to let it shine. Because with the 24 energy, and the 24 energy and the 5, there's a success if we're busy doing the things that we need to do, putting our focus where we need to focus. We have the sun in Capricorn, so we are strategizing, we are making the plan, we are doing the to-do list, we want law and order, we feel a little bit more safe in our everyday routines rather than coloring outside the lines, so to speak. But we want to make that progress, have progress and successes. That's what we live for. Coming to the completion, coming to the ending, creating something, inventing something. And we could be creating a new world for ourselves and the little small habits and behaviors we change within our routines. Maybe we're working out, maybe we're eating differently, maybe we're waking up earlier, or we're picking up a new hobby, or joining a new focused group to maybe help the community or help yourself in some way or help others in some way. But it is about bringing in joy and happiness in our life. It's about bringing in those little giggles, those rays of sunshine I heard. What else is happening in the sky? Well, Saturn and Uranus, they're not getting along. And when that happens, I tell you, it can bring in changes that you definitely do not want. And you probably might have already experienced this, such as I have. Or it could be in the near future, because it's two large planets. And when they're not talking well with each other, they're not talking for days well with each other. And it's a lot harder to make the kinds of changes that we do want to bring into our life. There has to be a lot more structure and a lot more balance and a lot more practicality and thinking it through and investigating. And it's a lot more work. It's a lot more effort we have to put into our dreams and goals in order to stay on track. And you may be feeling like you're pushing against a wall, or you've just taken 2 steps back for every step forward you've taken. That's the way you're supposed to feel, because it's showing you something. So pay attention to what it's showing to you. This happened in February. This happened in June. This is the final of the 3. I think it's squaring. They're squaring each other. The final of the 3 squares. So this could be something that came up first in February for you. You revisited it in June, and here you are again, making the final strokes on with the paintbrush on your canvas of how things are coming to a conclusion and how you are controlling it. And if you don't have the control, allowing the control, letting go of that kind of control. Because if you don't have any control, then you can't, you try and grab for the control, you try and seize it, you try and take control of it in some way. And you may have opportunity to do that, because I think Mars and Chiron, within the next couple of days at least, are going to be getting along quite swimmingly together. And that will provide opportunities to take charge or take lead or take control of things that will allow healing and cleansing and maybe teaching of some sort. So it's a really take notes kind of energy that we've had around us, and we continue to have around us, about being very open to what you are doing. Many times, especially with the 6 energy popping up today, this is a good time to talk about those things we do automatically. I bet you grab your toothbrush and it's in the same holder every time. Well, usually it is, just because it's ucky to use somebody else's thought. But you put the water on the toothbrush at the same time. You put the toothpaste on the toothbrush in the same way. You start at the same teeth every single time. You end on the same teeth every little time. You rinse, gargle, or whatever you do after that, without even consciously really thinking about your actions. Try and hold your toothbrush with your other hand and see how well you do. It'll drive you bonkers, because it'll just show you how robotic we become in our lives, and how we have to wake up to the little tiny things we do, the little mundane things we do that actually hinder us instead of helping us. We may have leaned to it for, maybe it was a therapy at one time, and now it just takes up our time. We don't even enjoy doing it anymore. We don't even realize we're doing it anymore. We don't even realize that we're exerting that energy or that control or that thought process to that anymore. And so it's becoming awake to those little things we do. And maybe it is the best way to do it. Maybe it's not. One lady, she was saying how she's getting ready for her Christmas celebrations. And she noticed, when she looked down, that there was a little tiny raspberry on the floor. And she thought, it's a raspberry. And that's where the high chair sits, and that's where the dog sits under the high chair, and that's where the baby throws all the food over. So it didn't surprise her that there'd be a raspberry on her floor. Well, it was one of those things where it didn't get noticed right away. So it got stepped on and stepped on and stepped on. So if you ever cleaned the floor, you know what I'm talking about, after little kids have been around and running around and whatnot. And so what she thought she could just pick up was actually embedded a little bit into the floor, and she had to get down there and scrub. And when she did a take like this and went, oh my gosh, look at the dust underneath, the fridge, and my house is a mess, and I'm having guests over. And all of a sudden her whole world fell apart on her, because she thought she was such a clean person and kept the house really nice and everything. And because of this little raspberry stuck on the floor, she noticed a whole jungle of dirt and webs, and she was like, I had to tear my kitchen apart. And she had to stop and say, okay. So she thought, oh my gosh, at first, my Christmas is ruined because I have all this stuff to do, and now I've got to do this too. And then she stopped and she said, wait a minute, who's putting the pressure on you to do this? How many guests do you think are going to get on their hands and knees and look under that stove? Yeah, it needs to be done, but only you are putting the pressure on you, because of your behaviors, because of your habits, because of your thought process, because of the way you were brought up, whatever it might be. You might just keep going, spiraling down that rabbit hole. So it's about backing it up and saying, wait a minute, who's putting the pressure on me? I'm putting the pressure on me. Why am I putting this pressure on me? I've got enough outside pressure on me. So it changed her focus, and she was able to get herself over the raspberry experience. So it was on a radio talk show. Anyways, I listen to all kinds of funky stuff, because that's where you get the cool realist stories and whatnot. that you can laugh about and chuckle about, and they're really just about nothing, but they're also about everything at the same time. Anyways, I'm jabbering. Let's move on. Moon and Mars, I think, will be fighting a little bit today, so we might have that nervous tension about us, or we might get a little argumentative, so be careful of that. We can't unsay things, okay? But also with that kind of, we want to, we'll fearlessly tackle those problem situations in our life. So we have to be very careful that we're not getting argumentative, because once you start shouting, once you start yelling, once you start getting angry, you've lost the battle. You might as well just throw in the towel at that point, because so it's about being calm, it's about being patient, it's about thinking about things and processing them before we put it out there into the world. But we will be addressing those problem areas today. I can guarantee you that. Okay, let's get to the card. Enough jabbering. My goodness, girl. Okay. The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about calling in your tomorrow. It's about clearing the way and saying, okay, I'm ready for you. Bring it on. Bring it home. I'm ready to walk that path. I'm ready to do what I need to do in order to succeed. And the one thing about calling it in is we have to look around us and see that there is nothing. Even that box that sits next to us is vacant. There's no extra furniture around us. It's wide open. There's nothing hindering us. There's nothing holding us back. And there's nothing stopping that thing to come to us. And maybe it needs to go into that little box, and we'll close the lid and we'll start our journey. But this is definitely a card asking us to say, yes, I want this to come into my life, and I think I'm ready. So what isn't ready in my life? Do I need to clean up clutter? Do I need to change my environment? Do I need to change a habit or behavior or part of my routine to bring this in, to actually walk it with a strength, with a light step? What's going to hold me back? What's going to pull my focus away? We got the Magician right in the middle. Oh, ask and you shall receive. What did I just say? You're saying, come on, bring it on, bring it home. I'm ready. I'm ready to step into it. I'm ready to go. Enough of this holding back. Enough of this stop, start, stop, start. Enough of this 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I'm ready to bring it on. And here's the Magician to say, what do you want then? What do you want? Because what you want, you will manifest. It will come to you. You will receive. Be careful of what you wish for. That's a definite. Make sure you're putting enough context in it. And it's not, they don't hear the words. If you think the words are going up there, they hear the energy, the excitement. It's like when, and I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I'm going to use Santa sitting there and the child getting on Santa's knee. The child is so excited when they whisper into Santa's ear what they want for Christmas. They can see, just telling Santa it's going to arrive. They know it, and they're so excited. And that's the kind of energy that we need to bring up from within us when we're asking for these things in our life and describing that beautiful scenario that we want to walk into, that we want to step into, and almost treat it like, now that we said it out loud, it's coming. It's bring it on, baby. Bring it home. We're ready. But if we allow ourselves to get stressed out, get argumentative, and then that's the only thing that's going to eat you up the rest of the day, or something happens that you really didn't want to have happen in your life and it's happened and you can't do anything about it and it brings you down and it burdens you, something like what I'm going through right now, this is the energy that's saying, you got to turn your energy into a positive. You've got to look at what you want to bring in. And yes, you'll get more determined about the things that are around you that no longer should be a part of your life, that you should be free of, that you should leave in the past, that you should move forward from. And the Page of Pentacles, this is dream big. This is dream bigger than life. I mean, that's supposed to be a coin that fits in your pocket. Look at how big that coin is. That'll never fit into a pocket. I'm telling you, unless it's Lou Gehrig's pocket or something. But besides that, that coin is not going to fit into a pocket. So we have to take that little tiny dime or penny or whatever the coin might be in your country and grow it big. So grow your dream. Take that dream you've got right here and grow it big. And you won't really be overly successful, I'll tell you right now, because we have a lot of energy working against us. So get somewhere quiet. Give yourself that 5 minutes. Say, this time is mine. I deserve this time. I'm worthy of this time to grow my dream, to imagine it happening, and then to expand it. Maybe you wanted a house. Well, maybe now you want a house with a fence around it, or you want a fence with one of those beautiful big porches where everybody can sit out there and see the sunrise or the sunset together. Or watch the water go by on the stream, on the creek at the end of your property. It's adding to it. And this is about, there's a white rose up there and there's a red rose up there. The white rose represents the new beginnings, the new starts, the new dreams, the new desires. The red rose says courage and passion is what's going to take you there. Okay, let's get a mantra card. Oh my goodness. They're alive. Okay. Let's try that again, because that was like half the deck. So we're not going through half a deck. Some of you would really like that, I'm sure. And others of you would be like, oh, Tilly, please. They're long enough already. I always say I'm going to do it sweet and short when I get on here. And then I look and I go, seriously? Because I just jabber. I don't have a script or anything. I just talk. Look at this. Opportunity knocks. Go for it. Ha! I kid you not. Don't you love the way it all comes together? Opportunity knocks. Now, it may come to you as a change that you do not want in your life. Know that with Saturn and Uranus dueling it out in the sky. But it is an opportunity. And it's up to you to understand that opportunity. So it's not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. And it could be the worst news of your life. And it may take you months and years to actually see the opportunity in it. Or you might see it in a split second. But know that it's because of the changes that happen right now in your life. That might transcends. That happens for you down the road. Something will move you to that path that you need to be on. So that's why the change is important. So try to understand it. Try to embrace it. And that's so easy to say. And I tell you right now, I'm trying to embrace my problems. And it's not easy to do. And so we have to stay focused and we have to stay, conscious to our actions, to our thoughts, to our thinking patterns. And what's working, what's not working. Where's the positives? Where's the negatives? Where do I feel I have control? Where do I think I want control and I don't have it? Can I truly obtain that control? Or is it out of my hands? What do I need to concentrate on? What do I need to focus on? Opportunity knocks, go for it. New opportunities will be coming your way. Brilliant ideas, educational possibilities, new friends, expanding potential, and opening yourself up to greater possibilities. Become a good team player today. Gain respect of work colleagues and peers. You know you can feel proud of your achievements and attitudes towards yourself and others. Embrace a new endeavor with raw creative energy. Go for it. It's time to dazzle yourself, stretch your wings, and fly. The mantra is, I am open to new possibilities to expand my potential. I'm open to new possibilities to expand my potential. And we've been getting that card, haven't we? So no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what changes are occurring in your life, look for the opportunities. And understand yourself, your actions, your habits, your behaviors a little bit better through what you are doing. Hold that toothbrush in the wrong hand. Could be the simplest of things that can rock your world in a whole new way that's beautiful and wonderful. Moonlight. Moonlight with the crab. We haven't seen the crab in quite some time, have we? I think the last time it came out was, I think the moon was in Cancer or something, I believe. It was a while ago. Yeah, okay, we're looking for what? The crab. Mystery, darkness, jealousy, anger, emotion. Well, we already know that there might be that stress, there might be that tension. We might become argumentative, or we could be on the receiving end of that argument. Somebody else wants to duke it out with you. Just because you're in front of them, just because you happen to be that person in front of you, in front of them. That could be the only reason in the world. They might not even know you, but you could be on the receiving end. So know it and step away from it instead of adding to the flames, adding to the fire, building those embers high. Just let it smolder and turn to ash. We don't have to solve it all. We have to figure out sometimes what wars we want to win and what battles we want to win. And we can't win all the battles if we're going to win the war. That just doesn't happen. Oh my goodness. I got all choked up there for a minute. See what you do to me? Everyone is a moon. I all of a sudden have this little tickle. Everyone is a moon. And has a dark side, which we never showed anyone else. The message here is that you may be overcome with anger or emotion, of jealousy. It's now time for you to look at all the issues. It's time to release the negative emotions that you are hanging on to. It's time to release them. Crabs are very versatile. They can move in the water or on land, and you are being reminded that you've been uptight and not going with the flow. Crab tells you this is a time of regeneration and transformation. And it can only occur if you set down the negativity and allow yourself to turn away from your dark side and embrace the light that shines on and within your spirit. Boys, indoor voices. If you can't see it, the reminder is that the moon remains strong to help guide and transform you. Release all that is troubling you. Use the moon cycles to assist you in your journey. Many people get moody during a full moon. Others feel sadness in a new moon. Pay attention to your moods during moon cycles. See if there is a pattern. That's very true. We all react to different moons differently. Many of the same characteristics, but yet differently. Like I know when we had a Virgo moon and it is a full moon energy that we are within, and especially if it's a Virgo full moon, I am cleaning corners, I'm cleaning closets, I'm cleaning the silverware drawer, I'm cleaning everything. I'm getting rid of what no longer has value. I'm carrying out the trash. I'm sorting things for people who do need it in their life. That's just me with a Virgo moon. Find out, the moon is in Virgo. Did I even say the moon was in Virgo? Moon is in Virgo. Well, there's your sixth energy again. There's the sixth sign. So, wow, we have the sixth energy very strong around us today, don't we? So, you may find yourself tidying up a little bit more, cleaning out the closets. Or the call to do it. If you can't get to it, it'll drive you nuts that you can't. Anyways, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.